Hey guys, so last month I shared with you guys an exclusive first look at the iPhone 17 redesign. I shared with you guys 3D printed versions of the iPhone 17 lineup, but this time around, I wanted to share with you guys, I guess we can call these official dummy units. This will give us a better indication as into what to expect for Apple's redesign this year for the iPhone 17. Now, I want to start off with the iPhone 17, the entry-level device, and fun fact, I did bring all 4 dummy units inside of an Apple store earlier today, and the reaction was very interesting. Apple employees seemed to be impressed about the new redesign and had a lot of questions. So let's start off with the iPhone 17, as this is the iPhone to see the least amount of changes, at least physically. So you see here, obviously the camera layout is the same as the iPhone 16. On the side we have the action buttons, volumes up and down. On the bottom we have the same USB-C microphone and speaker, and on the other side we have the camera controls and the side button for Siri. Now, when it comes to upgrades this year from the iPhone 16 to the iPhone 17, it's going to be all internal. So we're going to see improved cameras, improved internals with the Apple A19 chip. Apple will also include the new Apple C1 chip, which is their new modem, which should have a positive impact in battery life. So overall, great battery life is expected for the iPhone 17, or improved battery life, better performance, obviously, better camera, and perhaps slightly improved display quality as well. So taking a look here at the caliper for the dimensions on this device, in terms of thickness, you see right there it is, so 7.8. That's going to be the iPhone 17. So again, in comparison to the iPhone 16 this year, the iPhone 17 will look exactly the same in terms of actual physical looks, but the internals will be obviously improved. So next I want to talk about the iPhone 17 Air, and I feel like this device is going to get the most attention this year just because of how thin it is. Now, last month I shared with you guys the 3D printed version of this iPhone, but having this dummy unit in hand really puts things into perspective. Now, when I brought this into the Apple store, Apple employees were just so shocked on how thin this new redesign for the iPhone 17 Air will be this year. Now, this is set to replace the Plus lineup, so we have the 16, 16 Plus. This year we should have the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Air, and take a look at the size comparison right there. So even the buttons have to be reshaped in order to fit this thin design. So on the side we have, of course, the camera controls right here. We also have the side button for Siri. On the bottom we have USB-C with the microphone and speaker. On the other side we have the volumes up and down and the action button, but the biggest change is happening on the back, which is set to be the dual system camera system coming to the iPhone 17 Air, similar to the iPhone 16e launched earlier this year. The camera module is all the way on the left, while the flash is all the way on the right with the microphone, as you see right there. So we'll have to wait and see. It is rumored that Apple will bring a dual or even triple camera system with this single camera on the iPhone 17 Air. Now, in terms of materials, we're not sure if Apple is going to go with aluminum or titanium, but you can rest assured there's going to be a lot of bend test videos because of how thin this device is in comparison to the rest of the lineup. And I think this is going to be the iPhone to get the most attention this year just because of how thin it is. I wish you guys can actually hold this device on hand so you can see and feel this device on how thin it is. It almost feels impossible for Apple to build an iPhone like this. Now, just so that you get an idea on how crazy thin this new redesign really is, let's go ahead and get some measurements here. So right in the center, we have 5.7. Now, let's compare that to the current iPhone 16 Pro Max. So I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Take a look right there, right in the center. 8.1. So that is crazy thin. That is a crazy thin device. Now compare that to the current iPhone 17 model, the dummy unit here. We have 7.8. So the 17 is nearly the same width of the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but the iPhone 17 Air is just unbelievably thin. So 5.6, 5.7, it's going to be the thickness of this device. Now, in terms of internals, obviously we can expect Apple to add the Apple A19 chip, the new modem, the Apple C1, and perhaps that will also have a positive impact in battery life. But the main takeaway here is that this iPhone will most likely be the #1 selling, in my opinion, just because of the looks. So let me know what you think about the iPhone 17 Air. All right, so now let's talk about the iPhone iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, the major redesign this year obviously is going to be the camera module. Now, you might have seen here on YouTube dummy units with a dual tone back. That's simply just not going to happen. That is not going to be the case. This is going to be the redesigned iPhone 17 Pro Max, and this is the iPhone 17 Pro. Now, at first, when the rumors started going, we thought that the back was going to be black with glass, but no, it looks like Apple is going to stick with the color similar to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So if you take a look here at the camera module on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, obviously the lens is black, and then we have the rim right here, or the actual ring around the actual lens, which is gold, and then the glass in the back actually match colors. So that's what's going to happen this year. We're going to see the actual glass match the color of the back of the phone instead of just being all black, but no dual tone. It's just going to be a single color across the entire back. So if you've seen dummy units on YouTube or any renders of a dual tone, that's simply not going to be the case. The design change this year is going to be the camera module. Obviously, we have the flash, the microphone, and the LiDAR sensors all the way to the right. And obviously, we have this large camera module, which is set to help improve the telephoto capabilities of the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. Now, in terms of buttons layout, everything remains the same. Action buttons, volumes up and down, SIM tray for other countries outside of the US. We also have USB-C, microphone and speakers on the bottom, and we have the action button and then the camera controls on the other side. Now, in terms of internals, same story here. The Apple A19 Pro chip will be available on these devices, so we'll have a better processor than the iPhone 17. Obviously, this is the Pro model. We also will have the new Apple C1 modem, which should improve the battery life of this iPhone as well, and we may see improved display and other changes happening in terms of software. But there you guys have it. This is the iPhone 17 lineup coming later this year. Again, these are going to be official dummy units. Let me know what you think about the entire lineup. Are you interested at all on purchasing any of these iPhones if this is the final design? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.